Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with more of The Expanse. This is season 3, episode 2. And yeah, the last time on the crew of the Rocinante, or the Pinus Contorta, they decided to go to Io to try to find Prax's daughter. Holden felt like they had deceived him, just used him to get through Ganymede, and now they want to fulfill their promise to him to help find May. And Naomi is taken along for the ride, even though she wanted to go to Tycho. And it feels like it might become a bit of a gunfight, a shootout. It is a research facility, but I'm guessing it's heavily guarded. Hopefully they don't release any more of those hybrids out on them, otherwise they are screwed. Though it doesn't seem like they are capable of choosing how to unleash the hybrids, but I guess if you leave them in an open area, they'll just kill whatever. Or they'll look for radiation, but they might just kill whatever in the meantime if they can't find any. Meanwhile, Bobby and Christian have made their way off on the frickin' Razorback. Yeah, I'm so emotional. Kochiar and Theo are on their way somehow on that original ship that they arrived on. I don't know if it's safe for Christian to land just right in front of the UN and be like, "Yo, here's the evidence." She might have to hide out for a bit and try to get the evidence to under the Secretary General first. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this story continues. If you want to watch the full reaction, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like, and it really helps out this channel, and let's get started.
Oh, did you have a bad dream?
Bye-bye.
He's still acting like the benevolent doctor.
Sir, how was your trip? It's good to see you.
Of course he would have disembodied voices. Just ask him how he is. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
At this separation, a good pilot would be able to dodge a torpedo.
Are you a good pilot?
No, I'm a Marine. Pilots carry me to kill things.
Oh.
I'm just gonna take a look around.
Oh, crap.
Not yet. Hang on.
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
Trying not to kill you.
Ah.
I've got an emergency wideband transmitter, but it's low power and only sends MCRN encrypted.
The UN is trying to kill us. If Mars throws us both in prison, that's an improvement.
Yeah.
You have a better idea?
No.
IFF.
It's a identify friend or foe. It's a target recognition system. It lets you know if someone's on your team or not.
I have a high-level diplomatic target and immediate
Oh my god.
an MMC emergency assist request.
Ultimate crossover.
Hey! Stop! And if he does not get the care that he deserves, things will not go well for you. Bye, Colin. Go!
This is Reverend Dr. Anna Valavodov, an old friend.
Reverend.
Pleasure.
Hello.
Anna, I need your help.
Bullshit.
Did you know that there are not many people that talk to me like that anymore? You're here because you talk to me like that.
Best of all.
I'll be addressing the General Assembly. It'll be the single most important speech of my life. I want you to help me write it.
You want me to help you justify this war?
We didn't start it, but for the good of the system, we need to win it and end it.
We just got out of the heroic intervention business. Okay, let me see
We're
if I
here to
get
do
this straight.
good.
You want to log a distress call against orders on the Kent, and you do that. Naomi decides to ignore what we all vote on, she does that. But a Martian sends up a flare and all of a sudden we got rules?
Alex.
No!
I got a fix on the signal. And you're not gonna fucking believe this.
The Razorback.
The ship's registered to Julie Mao.
Yeah. Jesus. Do it. Do it.
Lay in a course, I'm on my way.
Belay that. We're not responding.
We promised you. We'd help try to find your
Come on,
boat.
Prax. Prax, say it's okay.
I don't really have a say in this.
Yes, you do. You're part of this crew.
So we just go back to business?
Can you look him in the eye and tell him that whatever this might be is more important than finding his kid?
Once again, I find myself.
No, he can't say he can't do that.
Keep clenching your thighs.
If you're hitting on me, I'm flattered.
We're on the same side.
Which side is that?
The right side.
Ah. You're done. You're gonna be in range and set. Ah, shoot.
Oh shit!
What now?
More torpedoes. A lot more. Another ship just fired on us.
Another ship.
Hang on.
Another ship? The other torpedoes are hitting the other torpedoes. Right? What? Oh.
What the hell?
That's not how those things usually work.
What the heck? That's like an armed escort.
Detonation confirmed. 2 of ours for 2 of theirs.
Copy that.
Our other 6 are protecting the Razorback.
That was the easy part. Alex, I'm coming up.
Yes. Prax voted.
Hell of a plan, Cap. You must have hated tactical warfare at the Navy OCS.
Some people cried out for help. Couldn't ignore that.
Can't save everyone. It's a waste of time to try.
Everyone at the clinic will be thrilled.
It means being away from you for a few weeks, surrounded by armed guards, and being a mouthpiece for a wartime government.
Then say goodnight to our daughter.
Yeah, Nami.
Wave to mommy.
Nami, it's mommy. This is you. This is both of you, baby.
Aww. Locked on. What? Huh.
We were not stopped.
It's quite a speech. Practically made the SG's career. They teach it in the diplomatic corps. You write it?
I share the blame.
We lost so many ships around Saturn. At this rate,
They're already
Share
pulling
the
forces
blame.
back towards Jupiter. We've already frozen his assets. Can't hide forever.
and if that's not enough, we know where his children live.
Sometimes you need to exert pressure where it's most effective.
Collective punishment is still a war crime. Look it up.
I think I'm getting used to IG.
I dropped our burn to 1G when our escort showed up.
Shit.
And she's bleeding. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, oh, jeez.
I can't breathe. Your oxygen's knocked out. Reach behind your head and see if you can plug it back in.
Amos, get up, get up. Oh, shit.
The first generation of all these children share a rare genetic immune deficiency that only occurs on Ganymede, which I discovered could be used to inhibit the protomolecule.
That's why.
Incredible.
They told me that because of all the fighting, they'd have to get kids like us out. Dr. Strickland said that by the time we're ready to leave, we'll be cured.
Really?
He's been giving us new treatment.
Do you feel better?
Want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Pretty cool, huh?
Move, move, move! And Amos is holding his breath this whole time. Almost there, almost there. Go, 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 come on. Oh, crap. Oh, shit.
Hang on to that.
What is this move you've got planned? All of them? Is that just to disrupt them from... What?! Holy crap.
It sheared the engines clean off. The rest of the ship's intact.
They didn't kill anybody.
Shit, it worked.
We crippled one of their ships. We just declared war on Earth.
But you're the Pinus Contorta. Change your name again. I'm just kidding.
Keep having this dream about the child we found in the incinerator. And when I find May, it'll be too late.
Then why stop to do this?
Because I can't bear the thought of finding May like that.
I don't know shit about parenting. But what I do know is that a kid needs at least one person who never gives up on them.
Lydia.
If you give up on May, what does she got left? What do you got left?
Hi. Oh man. Hi, this is Christian Avasarala. Is that blood? That is blood.
Christian?
Oh my god. What the heck? That's a crazy shot. Recognize Christian Avasarala?
Help her, please.
Oh, I'm getting the same feeling I did when Miller showed up and like crossed over with everybody. This is so cool. I've got chills from the end of that episode. Just wow. Like everything is coming together once again. So many distinct stories interwoven in such a beautiful way. Oh man, so satisfied right now. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people nowadays, like, they don't really pay attention to politics, so I was just like, they know who Christian is, right? Like, from the looks on their faces, it's a resounding yes, at least from Holden's point of view. But yeah, I'm not sure just how long she's been Deputy Undersecretary, but she was clearly important even before then, and her father was important in the government too, so I'm guessing everybody knows who she is. But yeah, I'm very curious how the crew will view her. She has put out statements condemning Fred Johnson in the past, though those were just for show, so hopefully they don't take that too seriously. Do they know it was for show? I don't think so. Anyway. Holden's mom might have let him know that she came knocking on his parents' door on Earth. That might color his view a little bit. But yeah, at the very least, she and Bobby, or like Christian and Bobby, are trying to stop this war, which what a turnaround for Bobby, right? I love the journey she's been on. But yeah, I think we have a pretty good sense of how Christian views the crew. She respects them and believes that they've tried to do good at every juncture. Bobby, on the other hand, they're on a stolen Martian ship. Though honestly, was it stolen? I mean, they keep saying it was stolen, but they were given that ship as a means of escape from the Donninger. I guess they were supposed to return it afterwards, so you could say it's stolen. Yeah, I guess so. So Bobby might not be too happy about that. But I also think she'll respect what they've done with it, trying to do good around the system. She might not be too happy with the flag that Amos defaced. Alex was pretty mad about that, and Bobby might be even more so, being a Marine. But we'll see. But anyway, I haven't even touched on like the rest of the episode yet and how we got here, so let's do that. I'll start with the story on Earth, since it's largely not connected just yet too much at the rest of the, at the moment at least. Like, we have a new character, Anna Volavadov. I said it right? Volavadov. And she's a reverend who's also a doctor, and she has a way with words. So we learned that she used to protest injustices, wrote speeches for Gillis, and she seems to really regret it. Like, she grew to hate him at some point and is still like filled with so much anger at him, despite preaching that you should let go of anger and forgive. Yeah, it seems like they were both pretty idealistic people at one point, but she didn't like who he became, and she might have felt like she followed him for too long. But yeah, we get a glimpse of her home life, and she seems to have a wonderful family. She and another woman have a daughter together, which is super cool. But yeah, I get that feeling that Anna is about to be dragged into something beyond her initial commitment, though. And I hope she makes it back to her family. Like, I get the feeling that she's got a big role to play in the coming story, or else... I mean, it just feels like she was introduced for a big reason. And yeah, right now she's the only voice, like, kind of asking to pursue peace, mitigate damages, saying that putting pressure on Jewel Pierre Mao's family is wrong. And I originally thought, like, oh, she's possibly taking the role of Christian, but I feel like Christian would apply the same type of pressure if this was a real war. Yeah. But yeah, her point of view might put her in the crosshairs of Ehrenreich. Ehrenreich is pretty just focused on getting this war, so he might have something to say about her involvement. They're also very, very dismissive of her, which is not fun to watch. Anyway, yeah, she negotiates for Gillis to provide a year of support for her free clinic for undocumented residents, run by her church, which is interesting. Like, even in a world where one guy is in charge of the entire, like, Earth, like Gillis is, like, border security between countries is still a thing. Unless they mean undocumented from Mars? I don't know, that doesn't seem right. But yeah. I'm sure there's a lot more politics in this world that's going on, and that's just not the focus of this show, but I'm very curious about it. It's very fascinating. But I'm also like, on behalf of Anna, I'm just like, you couldn't have gotten funding for like a decade. It can't cost that much to maintain, and like, he's asking you to write speeches for him that run counter to your morals, so it seems like it's something she really doesn't want to do. Then again, perhaps she didn't want to push it because she actually wants to be in this position so that she can encourage him to do the right thing and to seek peace and to mitigate lost lives. And so I'll be watching this character closely. She says she shared the blame for a previous speech she had. She had a hand in writing for Gillis. So something tells me that she'll want to make things right, and it'll make her a target, I feel like. But yeah, the rest of the episode, the first shot is actually May having nightmares or visions inside the cryo chamber. And at first, I thought they were just like putting her under to maybe like prepare her for the protomolecule. But after seeing Katoa, that boy she recognized who is the son of the guy that almost beat up Prax and Ganymede for abandoning his daughter, he had a glowing arm. So yeah, I realized they've already put the protomolecule into her. And then in editing, I realized something else, that in her vision, she sees the hybrid that was climbing the side of the Rocinante. So yeah, we were reminded just last episode that the protomolecule was connected. So the only way she has that vision is if the protomolecule is already inside her. Question is, can you get it out? If the Rocinante recover her and they can't get it out of her, like what does she become? Can she live a normal life? Does she become kind of like Julie did in her final moments, capable of directing the protomolecule at will? Because her disease is supposed to make it so that she can control it, or is it supposed to make it so that other people can control her? But yeah, Julie was able to like shift Eros into Venus, so is it possible that May could do something else with the protomolecule? She's also very young, so I don't know how that influences things. But yeah, the question I'm trying to get to is, if she isn't an asset for Jules Pierre Mao and whatever wars are being waged, what is she capable of, and how can she affect the future of humanity? And I think that's something I'm really curious about. It's also possible that they just get it out of her. But yeah, the crew of the Rocinante are working their magic a little, like trying to up fuel efficiency, trying to use plants to create more oxygen so that they can sustain themselves longer. It's a good idea, especially since, I mean, if they're going to go to Io to rescue May, I'm assuming I'm assuming they have to know there are other kids in that area, and they're going to try to save as many other children as possible, right? So they need as much oxygen as possible, they need as much fuel, and yeah, it's a good idea. But they receive a distress call from Bobby, which freaking, I'm so excited. Her distress call only reached out to Martian channels, but Rocinante definitely counts. Pinus Contorta. Should I even bother calling it the Pinus Contorta, or should I just keep calling the Rocinante? But yeah, Holden and Amos want to move on to Io, while Alex and Naomi want to save whoever's in trouble. And even the fact that it's the freaking Razorback doesn't change Holden and Amos's mind. Like, they want nothing to do with this war and just want to lay low, essentially, which I understand, but they gave Prax the last vote, and they cut away from it, and I was just like, yeah, the assumption is, like, yeah, there's no way he goes along with this rescue mission and postpones saving his daughter, or, like, put themselves at risk so that they might not reach his daughter. But yeah, it cuts to Bobby and Christian trying to escape. They're fast enough if they did full burn, but Bobby needs to continually, like, slow down so that Christian doesn't die. But yeah, they slip into the range of the torpedoes, and the UN ship fires. And of course, the Rocinante, the Pinus Contorta, swoops down to frickin' save the day once again, which I'm just realizing now, the Pinus Contorta, the plant, it's born in fire. The seeds are born from fire. So during that explosion, when they drive through it, is that their rebirth? Is that the birth of the Pinus Contorta? Is that the birth of this new team? Anyway, just thoughts. But yeah, Prax was the deciding vote. Go Prax. And what a freaking cool space battle. Like, the Pinus Contorta, the Rocinante, firing their missiles and exploding them in the middle of space to act as a shield that detonates the other torpedoes that the UNN whatever, I didn't pay attention to the name of the ship, that they fired. And yeah, the rest of their missiles are like accompanying the Razorback like a freaking armed escort. It's so cool. The concept is just so cool. And then the final move, wow, exploding their torpedoes and then accelerating towards the explosion, using it as a smokescreen, and then like it kind of reminded me of like they were spinning around and like just boom right towards the engines, the Epstein engines, and it kind of reminded me of Mario Kart where you like drift and then you fire a green shell at the same time and actually manage to hit. Like, that was masterful. Like, in that game, in any sort of Mario Kart game, that's super hard move to pull off, and that's what this reminded me of. But yeah, Amos asks Prax why he chose to help, and he essentially, his idea is that like he's seeing the crew risk their own necks over and over again to help him, and so he's moved to do it for other people as well. But Amos catches his on, says it's more than that. Like, And he pushes, and Prax says he's actually afraid of getting to May and finding out that she's one of those hybrids already. And Amos is having none of that. He's like telling him that everyone needs someone in their corner, that without Prax, May doesn't like have any sort of hope, and the opposite is true as well. And I mean, even if they had the entire context, if they knew May was still alive, if they knew that the person on the Razorback was Christian Avasarala, who had key information that could stop this war, I wonder how their votes would have changed. Yeah. And oh, I didn't even mention, I didn't even touch on that moment when the thing wasn't locked properly and it went, like, all the tools went flying all over the place while they were like, ugh. I knew it would probably be fine. I didn't think anybody was going to die, but, like, it was still really tense. Disconnected Prax's air, and Amos had to climb all the way across the room while the gravity changes direction, or the gravitational pull, or the centripetal force keeps changing direction. Is centripetal just for circles? I guess so, right? The force of acceleration. There we go. The force of acceleration is what I meant all along. The force of acceleration is like just flinging him around the ship. But his grip strength is pretty cool. It's pretty good. It's just like, but he makes his way across, and yeah, he reconnects Amos's air, and freaking that drill almost cracked Prax's helmet in the end. If it wasn't for Amos grabbing it, Prax might be dead right now. And oh yeah, so the conversation they had before, I was just mentioning about like this reality check about, hey Prax, like you got to look at after your daughter. It feels like Amos and Prax have a pretty cool friendship. They're really not afraid to say anything to each other at all, and yeah, I appreciate their interaction more and more each episode. Also, May met up with Katoa, I mentioned earlier. It's the kid. I meant to go back to this, but yeah, it's the kid of the man who almost attacked Prax on Ganymede for abandoning his daughter, and Amos had to pull him off of Prax. So don't think Katoa's father is alive anymore. Probably not, since it seemed like the somnambulist was the only one that made it off Ganymede, and they wouldn't have let him on given his age. So, bad news for Katoa. But yeah, so far this season has been like straight fire. It has been so much fun. I don't feel like we're at like a huge climax just yet. And even though this episode is really, really cool, I'm still gonna give it a 9.0. Really enjoyed it though, so hopefully it continues. Yeah. If you want to watch the full reaction, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. We're also 1 week ahead over there as well. And leave a like, really helps out this channel. Let me know what you thought of the episode and my reaction, and I'll see you guys next time.